In this diagram of two zippers, one it's a separating zipper and the other one is a one-end closed zipper. The separating zipper, of course, you see those in coats and certain jackets, and the other zipper you see them elsewhere in dresses, tops, and the like. It depends on what type of garment or accessory you have to do, then you use a certain type of zipper. But here the important thing is how we label a zipper, because then when I talk about zippers in Style3d Atelier, you have to understand the terminology I'm going to be using. For example, here, the top stop, this is the top stopper of the zipper. Okay, so here, when if you're familiar with well, you sewing or whatever, you know when this goes all the way to the top, it stops. Okay, and so this is the top stopper. Now here at the bottom, you have the bottom stopper, bottom stop or bottom stopper, okay? So the terminology is that. And here, when you pull the zipper, then it doesn't go off the track of the teeth. Then you'd have to put it back on, put the zipper pull back on. Okay, so let's not get ahead of ourselves. So the important thing is when I say the top stopper, bottom stopper, you understand exactly what I'm speaking about. Now, this here, right here, is the slider. Okay, the slider. So I'll be referring to the slider. And here is the zipper pull, the pull. Okay, and you have to pull the zipper. Here we have the teeth, okay, the teeth, and here we have the tape, okay, this is the tape. The tape is material, okay, tape, as it says, and I'll be showing you, for example, how you can change you can change everything. You can change the zipper pull, the dimensions, the color, the weight. You can change the slider, the dimensions. Some You can also get your own custom sliders. For example, if you get them from some website or if you decide to make them or whatever, and then you can import them into your project and use them in your project. I am going to be using the ones from Style3d Atelier. I'm not going to be importing or anything like that. I'm just going to be using those. So I show you exactly those. So more or less, that's it about the zipper. And here it's the one with more or less it's the same. So the important thing is to remember these the terms we use when labeling a zipper. In this video, we're gonna talk about the zipper tool in more detail. Now, if you go up here to your toolbar, you see it on the top, Home, Assets and Tools. Click on Assets. When you click on Assets, you see Zipper. Click on Zipper. Now this is highlighted. Now over here where you have your object browser, default zipper style comes up. That's the default zipper they give you, the Style3d Atelier gives you when you open this zipper function. Now here you see there is this icon too, very important, because we're going to be referring a lot to this icon. Very important. You either click on this one or this one. And let's begin, because now the zipper tool is active. Here's what, let's simulate a little bit so we can open our, this is just the default t-shirt. I cut it in the front center so that I could demonstrate to you how you can work with this zipper. Let's take off the simulation and let's begin. Now, you can either use this in the 2D or 3D window, you decide. Sometimes I prefer the 2D. So I'm going to begin. So I'm going to begin and I'm going to click once, left click, and I'm going to drag. You can follow in your 3D window too. You see the points going down. Double click. And when you double click, if you notice in the 3D window, there is this gray line that appears. Left click again on the other side, you drag, and you double click. So when you double click at this point, a sewing relationship develops. And the sewing relationship is all these threads here. Very important. And this is really important. Another thing that you should check here in your property editor. Make sure the zipper icon, again, is highlighted. So you see I clicked over here. It's easiest to go all the way up here. It's highlighted. And on the property editor, it tells you information about the zipper itself. Okay? Information about the zipper itself. Remember this. Scroll down, and it's very important that here, when you scroll, you see Fasten Zipper Group. Make sure that Fasten Zipper is on. Very important before you do anything. So this should be on. Okay, now let's go back. We have our sewing relationship and we can simulate. So when we simulate, you see the zipper is all fastened. So that's really important. So now let's take off simulation for a minute. And let's say that I want to open my zipper. What you do is you left click, drag. When you left click, you see this shadow that it's the silhouette of the zipper rather. You pull and you see how far I'm pulling this down. Okay, and that's it. So you left click, you pull. What you do then is you simulate to open it. And here it's opened. You see, it's opened. So what you do, you take off simulation. You want to open it some more, left click, pull and drag. Okay? You left click and drag. You left click and drag, and you will see that silhouette. Very important you see that silhouette. So that means you're left clicking, holding down the left mouse button, and you're dragging. Leave it alone and you simulate. So this is the way you can open this and also fasten it too. Take off simulation, left click, and let's go up. Okay, we're going to go to the opposite direction. Up, 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 and we simulate. And it's almost all the way up. Okay. Now, a very important thing, it's sometimes this zipper pull or the slider can go into the zipper itself, into the zipper teeth. It goes to the other side. And you're like, well, what do I do if it goes to the other side? Because this is by itself rigid. So what you do is you go back home here and you click on this. Click on it, and you're gonna have to your gizmo will come up. And what you do is you just oops. Okay, let's see. Okay, before you do that, because I went back home, but mistake. select move tool. Otherwise, what are you moving? Nothing. So I thought I had my select move tool selected. Instead, no. Now you click on it and now you could move it. So you move it up, you move it down, you turn it wherever you have to turn it because you, for example, it could go in and it, cause problems or whatever. So this is the way you move it. Let's go back to the zipper, okay? So when you click on the zipper itself here, in the property editor, all the properties for the zipper will come up. And you can name the zippers accordingly because, for example, if you want to put in several zippers, maybe you would want to keep track of it. To name the zippers, it's very easy. You can just go up here, click once, click again, and when this name is highlighted, you can name whatever name you want to, like zipper 1, zipper 2, okay? Practice zipper. And so and that's it. And you click off and that's done. To get all these properties in the property editor again, you go back, you click, and here they come up again. Now, this one here, edit zipper style, which is what we're going to be doing in the other part of the video, the later part of the video, editing the zipper style, for example, the zipper pull, the stop, the teeth, the tape. Okay, here is where you click to do that. But for the default zipper, you click once here and this comes up. Here's what, let's talk about the width. And the width, you can make it a smaller by the width of the zipper by just clicking here and just writing in the values. Okay, smaller or larger. Or you can just use these sliders here. So let's go to 0.4, and when I click in any window here, you'll see you simulate and you get a narrower zipper tape. Okay, so it's narrow. So this, remember this one, this point is very important. This is where you reduce or increase the width of the zipper tape. Now, if you want to here reduce the length of the zipper, what you do is you click on, or increase, you click on this, and for example, let's take 40, click again, watch the 3D window, and here it's reduced. So the length of the zipper is reduced. Now let's click again on the zipper to go back because we're not done yet. The thickness of the zipper, there you can reduce it or increase it, and you can just play around with that on your own to see how it's done. And it just has to do with the thickness of it. For looks, the particle distance, 10, okay, it can be even less or more depending on what kinds of details you want. The layer has to do with when you layer fabrics one on top of the other, you have to number them because then you don't want them colliding. Okay, the fasten zipper, this always has to be on. Very important. So there is the function move to opposite side, and now if you look at the zipper here, slider and pull, you click it, it moves it slightly, but I know it's maybe can be used for pull out zippers, for example, when they get entangled or so. But for example, you just click on it, the slider or pull, if it goes in, it's supposed to be a quick way to just bring things to the front. But I'm not sure how useful this is. Anyway, let's go on. Reverse the zipper direction here. You can, if you click on this, you'll see the direction of the pull and slider being reversed. Okay, so let's take a watch in the 3D window. Click on it, and there you see it went from up there and it came down here. Okay, so here it is. Zipper slider and pull being reversed for the direction. Let's do Control Z, or let's just click and just put it back the way it was. Now we have here fold and strength and angle. Okay, so these fold strength and angle, for example, the fold strength is determines how rigid the zipper angle keeps during simulation. Okay, for example, during simulation um, or animation, or you really don't want the zipper to bend or fold. Okay, so the higher the strength, the less there's a less possibility of this happening. So it maintains a really good set angle during motion. So the zipper strength, that can be demonstrated in a later lesson. But the zipper angle, for example, the fold angle, that is, that can be demonstrated right now because it shows how sharply the zipper folds away from the surface of the garment. For example, if you put a small angle like this, like, no, that's strength, the angle here. Okay, like maybe, let's see, like this. You can go to simulate. You see the way it folds? You see the way it folds from the garment? Now let's sort of increase this angle like that, and let's simulate. Okay, and it's another, it folds outwards. So you can play around with this, and all of this is to say that, you know, these things help with detail. Okay, when you want to show detail, you can play around with these settings. Let's put it back the way it was. Okay, more or less like that. Okay, and that's it. Now for the zipper parts that are visible, that's self-explanatory, because if you click on this, you'll see slider, puller, top stopper, bottom stopper. And what you can do is just click on these and hide them. You can just hide them. You hide them for, of course, so you'll see. I do still have to do the lessons on hiding, deactivating, freezing, and um, yeah, deactivating patterns. But hiding, sometimes you would want to do that. And then of course everything's hidden. Okay, all these parts of the zipper, they're hidden, and then we just put them back. And that's it. Um, so now I'm going to show you how you style the zipper, how you can style the zipper. More than style, it's modify. Okay, modifications, and then you can style according to your taste and the garment. So what we're going to do for that is we're going to take off simulation, and we want, for example, edit zipper style. You can click on this. If you click on it, then, for example, a zipper comes up here, the property editor, teeth stripe. Stripe is the zipper tape, slider, puller, and stopper. These come up. Very important. Because if I click on this, for example, you will still have it. So remember, when you see edit zipper style, that's the box you have to click on in order to edit these individual teeth, stripe, slider, puller, stopper. Okay. If you, I'm going to go back, show you again. If you click on the zipper itself, like that, this is for editing the zipper. Okay. This is what we've just done. If you click on edit zipper style, you're able to go in here. Or sometimes if it disappears, you click here. You click here, you click here, you'll get it. So this is important because then it's, you know, when you work, it disappears. You click, you go back, and this is it. So let's look at the zipper teeth. So this is highlighted, and here we have the zipper teeth. Now let's go down here, zipper teeth library. LI is library. And if you click here on this arrow, you'll see some options that you can use. Now, if you hover over them, you'll see to your left the kind of zipper teeth that's shown. Okay, to go out of that, you just click anywhere. And so the zipper teeth, it's like that. For example, the teeth width, you can decrease the width, and you can put in a number here if you want it smaller. Let's you can use the slider here, and let's say you could put it smaller or bigger. So let's put even bigger. Well, not greater than the width of the stripe. Okay, true, true. Um, very big, too big. These teeth, so it really doesn't look good. Let's go again. One. Simulate. Okay, let's see if it comes out. But it's really 0.1. It's really just too small a number, so you don't see anything. So here again, let's go back. Everything's gone. Edit zipper style. Let's go back to our teeth. Okay, 0.1. Okay, no good. Okay, let's just go to, oh, no. Okay, not the big one. Let's put it in 0.2. Okay, 0.2. Click here, and here we're back to normal. So here again, you can play around with this, and it's just no problem. Okay, here I clicked on practice zipper and it came back. Now here we can also, for example, the type of the rendering type. You can change the type of material on the teeth. For example, the look, that is, because it's true that these zipper teeth, or they can be made of different materials. Okay, even polyester. So you can change the look of it. Okay, if we put it like leather, it can look in one way. If we put it, let's see, because it's sort of white here, velvet, you see it starts changing. And here you can play around with this. I'll put it back matte. So the size, okay, it's important. Um, let's see. You can even bring in a texture to change the, sometimes these may be colored, they may be patterned. Okay, it's possible. So to bring in a texture, all you have to do is add. you know how to add a text here. Let's see, I can find something from the quickly find something from the desktop and add, open. And here there is something that was added, which it does look a bit strange, but here you can play around with this to try to understand. So there, I'll put it in the bin because I don't need it. Okay, okay, put it in the bin. Let's see what, let's see what happened. Open. Okay. Okay, something strange happened here. Okay, let's go back to our teeth. We can just color it instead of going with textures and all that. Put it white, leave it white. You can make it red. Okay, all different colors. Or we can leave it this color. These are the features, the map, the gloss, everything. In later videos, I'll explain these. But for now, the important thing to know is how to change the size, the color. If you are capable of like importing other type of teeth, you can do that. But so now, for now, it's just that details, a little detail about how you can make it, your zipper teeth, a little interesting. Now let's go ahead to stripe, and this is the zipper tape. And the zipper tape, if you remember, in the first part, we had to. I had showed you how to shown you how to decrease the width of it. So here, what's left is if we can change the size in the default zipper, decrease the width. That's one thing down here. Then we have the rendering type. Okay, here we can use velvet. We can use shiny. We can use just for the appearance, laser. This is laser. Look the way it looks, really pretty. And okay, let's go back to matte. And there again, the texture, you can bring in a texture for this, the zipper tape, which is would be very appropriate here. Let's add a texture there again from the desktop. You can add something like this. Okay, here. So this texture was added, and that looks good. Now, the color, along with that, we change the color. You can go to bluish color. Okay, we could even take away the texture and just add the color. And here, we can add this color. Look at this. So we can put the color with the texture, okay? And it changes, of course, the color of it changes the color because here I added a yellow, and you see the way it's changed. If I take this away, you take it away by just go back to the white, okay? And here this remains. If I take away the texture, add the color, add some color, you can do like this. Really pretty zips, huh? Fine, we could leave that. And here we've changed the color tape, the color of the tape. And then we talk about the normal maps. Normal maps is always for bringing out detail, but we'll talk about that in a later lesson. It's not relevant right this minute for showing this some details about the styling. Um, so yes, that's basically what it is. The stripe library, I haven't shown that yet. If you click on it, you'll see the different types of zipper stripes. Okay, and that's it for there. So here we can go now to the slider. So on the slider, we know what the slider is. And here we talk about the top slider, bottom slider, of course, if you have those the zip, that the separating zip. Okay. But here the slider, if we click on it, this is the library here, you'll see other sliders and you can change to another slider. For example, I can change to this one. Okay, so you see the change in the 3D window. The model of the slider, of course, it's here and all that. The size of the slider. Here you can change the size accordingly. If I do number 5 here, it's bigger. The ratio, you could also change the dimension of the slider too here by clicking on this, and you can lower the ratio. For example, if I put 50, look at that. You see, it's really, the slider becomes really small. Okay, let's go back again. So we have a very small slider. We put it on 50, okay? We'll keep it like that for now. The rendering type also here, you can change a lot of things. Here again, you can change the way it looks. You can also change the color of it. Let's see what color we can go for here. Okay. Um, okay, that's cool. So we chose this orange. So we've changed the color of the slider and the dimension. We can add a texture to the slider like we've done. Okay, make it all patterned, no problem there. So you can do that. And then the others. So important thing is the dimension, the color. You can add textures because the objective is the styling. Okay, let's now go to the zipper pull, the zipper puller here. There again, they have top puller because here, as I said, we only have one uh, of these attachments here, not two, because this is just the regular zipper. So there, the library is here. You go here and you can choose another zipper pull. Let's choose this one. So this is the puller, the top puller. Okay, let's go back. So now we're going to talk about the zipper pull. Here is the library. You click here and we can choose this zipper pull. Okay, and this is quite big. Now, the model, of course, here there's information, or you can add if you've how should I say, created, or if you got different uh, zipper pulls. No, this is okay. This is adding texture, right? No, yes, that's right. Add zipper puller. Okay, if you've you can import your own zipper pull also at this point, and custom made. Mm. If you click on this, for example, in the beginning, that means then you want it the zipper pull to be the same size as the slider. Okay. Um, Here, custom size. Here you can change sizes again. Um, Here you can change the ratio. Okay, that came up the same size. Okay, we could put this to 100. Okay, we'll put it back to 100. Confusion. Um, See, material, use the same as slider, the library, the color, we can change the color of it, and we can just use this kind of, yeah, oh, we can use this sort of pinkish color, and more or less the rest, it's like the same. Now, let's go on, and we're gonna go to the stopper. So there is the top stopper and the bottom stopper. Okay, the stoppers were already of a color here. Top stopper there, you see. And then let's see the bottom stopper, this one here. And there we can do the same modifications. We do the same procedure. So when we click on the library here, we'll get different stoppers that we can use in our garments. And if we hover over them, we see the previews. Here you can add your own model of a stopper. Okay. Then here you go to the bottom stopper, and here you can adjust the size like the others, the ratio, and more or less that's it. You can adjust the color. Here I'm going to just take away this color. Here I had texture here I had put, and put a stopper, the color. Okay. Okay. We changed, I don't know if you've noticed, it's a very small stopper. We changed it to white, the top stopper. And okay, the bottom stopper too was changed. And okay, bottom stopper here. All we have is this and that. Um, so you can use the same properties and sizes and stuff as the slider. And of course, you can just give them their own sizes, etc. So this is basically the way you can style the zipper. I'll be showing you in the other videos how when I put the zipper in the garments, how I'm going to style them with the colors, the zipper pulls, always using the ones supplied here by Style3d Atelier. Because I'd like to show you that you can really make use of them, right? For example, this zipper pull, you can put a really beautiful pattern here, really beautiful. Here you can put a really nice fabric on this one, and things that really go well with your garment. So thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.